slow fashion. This is horrible. Everything was just garbage. Timeless does not mean boring. What happens when they have a new color of the season? Let's get that angle right. Oh, just sit back. No, that's too down. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I created dolledupbyj. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing how my shopping habits have changed in the last 6 months since being single, and also, what my focus is on lately. So my shopping habits have changed the most significantly because I've been focusing on furnishing my new apartment. So I've been shopping dramatically less, but I have picked up some pieces, and I still have a workwear lookbook in the works for you guys. But to be honest, I was hesitant to do it at first because so many of the pieces that I have are pieces that have already been in my wardrobe that you might have already seen me in. Some of them are honestly 2 years old, but I'd be more than happy to do a workwear lookbook featuring some classic pieces from brands that are still available online. I just didn't want to show you items that had maybe sold out or were older, but if you're okay with that and you're okay with seeing some items, just for inspiration that you might not be able to get online, that I maybe been from previous collections, then let me know, because I'm definitely open to doing that. And at the moment, I'm just not really going on a specific haul of workwear items, but I have amassed new items. For example, these pants are from River Island. They're a really great, just like wide leg pant, and I think they were maybe like $75. First of all, how my shopping habits have changed. I'm going to speak about how they've changed, what brands I'm buying, and also speak a little bit about cost per wear. Okay, so if you're here for it, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get to it. I'm really focusing on quality, and I'm really being selective with what I'm purchasing. The quality of the fabric and the finishings and the fits are really important to me because I have such a people-facing job, and I also live in Dubai, which can be very hot and humid. I can't necessarily be wearing polyester and fabrics that are not breathable, fabrics that crease really easily, fabrics that are low quality, that will have threads hanging off of them as I'm going to meetings, uneven finishings, things like this. There's been a big movement, especially in the fashion community, I noticed lately, of people that are really wanting to focus more on the sense of slow fashion. And I've noticed this with new brands as well. There are a lot of brands promoting themselves as slow fashion because fast fashion has gotten a really bad reputation. Now, my viewpoint on fast fashion is in a nutshell. I've done an entire video on this, all about Shein, Mega Hauls, Fashion Nova. I'll link it below for you. It's a good one. It's while I'm doing my hair, but it's about 20 minutes long. Really good watch, just, podcast style content. That video I really had a lot of fun doing, but in a nutshell, basically, my stance on fast fashion is there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Some people want to save money and buy something from, Zara, River Island, Zaful, all of these brands. But I think the issue with fast fashion is when you're amassing so many items, the cost per wear on those items, if you buy a $50 dress from Fashion Nova and you wear it once, the cost per wear on that is $50. If you buy a $300 dress but you wear it 20 times, the cost per wear on that is what, 60 cents or something crazy. So when you're buying clothing, are you buying something specifically for an event and you're going to swallow the cost of that and you might not wear it again for another year or two or ever again? Or are you buying something for work where you want it to be a high quality material from a brand that has a good reputation, where the finishing is going to be good, that is going to last you years? Or are you buying something that you kind of just want a cute new outfit, couple of outfits for the same price as maybe one blazer? Now, my issue with some of the pieces in Zara is that I bought a really cute frilly high-necked blouse, and let me show you. Now, the issue I have with this blouse here is there's hanging threads, there is uneven finishing. When I'm in meetings, sometimes I'm self-conscious because there are uneven stitches. Where are they? They're somewhere on this blouse, and it always bothers me when I wear it. And there's like more hanging threads there, and it's like, look, the finishing there, it's got wear and tear. There's like a hanging thread. This is horrible. This is literally horrible. Look at this. So I'll try and zoom as best you can to get the camera to focus. So I'll get the camera to focus my best, but yeah, so it's completely uneven. And this blouse was still about, $50 Canadian. And, you've got threads hanging down here as well, and I'm sorry, but I work in a very people-facing business, and I need to be looking my best at all times. And I do still wear this to work, but like every time I'm like cutting threads off, I swear, and like I don't have time to do that in the morning. I don't have time, you know? So I bought one new suit for work, and it was from Elisabetta Franchi, which is definitely a premium brand. But I went into the store because I really wanted to buy a white like power suit. And then I decided, you know what, it's gonna be such maintenance to deal with a white suit, and at this price point I want to buy something I will wear more often. So instead I bought a green skirt suit, and I love green, it's one of my favorite colors. So I bought green skirt suit from Franchi, and I waited till they went on sale. I got these sales ladies WhatsApp, and I said, please message me when you know if there's anything going on sale or any new collections coming in. So anyways, that is also a hack you can do. If there are any luxury brands, you know, such as maybe Sandro or Maj, or mid-level luxury, you know, or any sales associates in department stores where there's maybe brands like Alice and Olivia and all of these type of, you know, Zimmerman, these brands, when they go on sale, you can also get the first dibs on that, and then you can get higher quality pieces for less money. Farfetch also has great sales, and I just ordered a few items, to be honest with you. Really looking forward. I got a nice white work shirt, cotton though. I'm hoping it doesn't crease too much, but I'm really focusing on quality materials, quality brands where I know the finishing will be good. I have probably 5 or 6 Sandro blazers alone, plus a few jackets, and to be honest, the finishing on these jackets and the quality of the materials are so good. They look literally brand new. The amount of times I have worn these jackets over the last few years, the cost per wear is probably like, honestly, like maybe a few dollars per piece. I've worn them so many times, and especially with work, I wear them literally every day to the office almost. I'm either wearing Sandro blazers or just a blouse with pants, or sometimes a dress, but always Sandro, always Sandro. I love the finishings. I'm finding the current season collection a little boring, to be honest. So I've actually been looking on the outnet for older collections of blazers that might have sold out that weren't on my radar at the time, and I'm finding those really on sale. So that's another tip. If you want high-end luxury brands and you find pieces that are timeless, it doesn't matter if it's last season at all. I'm not afraid to buy something last season. I don't care what other people think, and I don't think you should either. I think sometimes in the influencer space and in fashion, sometimes people are like, oh my god, that's last season, I don't want to be seen in that. But who cares? If it's a timeless piece and it's not a very distinctive season-specific print, then who cares? You're buying a gray blazer, that's always going to be in style. A white blouse is always going to be in style. A black pair of dress pants will never go out of style. It doesn't matter what season you buy them from. But if you want to avoid low quality, poor quality finishings from some of the fast fashion high street brands, and you want clothing that will last you, that you don't need to replace every 6 months, also, I will say Alice and Olivia, great brand, beautiful things. Their blouses can be up to $300 to $500, and they're polyester. I'm sorry. I am fundamentally against spending that much money on polyester. So when you guys are shopping, really look at what the materials are. Look at what the materials are. And, you know, there's a new collection with Alice and Olivia that is in Bloomingdale's in Dubai at the moment. Some beautiful pieces. And they had a beautiful green leather skirt, but it's vegan leather, and it's about $500 or $600. And, you know, I'm not a vegan, so if I'm paying that much, I want real leather. I want real leather. I'm sorry, because pleather at that price point, I could just go to Zara, you know, although my pleather pleated black skirt I have from Zara, that's a few years old, the zipper is just completely like ripped open. So, you know, certain brands, you're gonna have higher quality zippers, buttons, finishings, 100%, and then you should maybe consider for more investment pieces. But of course, there's always times when you just want a cute outfit for the weekend. Black pleated skirt will do, but you just have to keep in mind, if you're buying from fast fashion, especially Shein, I'm so morally against Shein. Finishings are trash. I did a Shein haul on this channel. I deleted it because the finishings and everything was just garbage. And, you know, basics, the cotton t-shirts, comfy loungewear, fine, totally fine. But for everyday good quality apparel you're going to be seen working in, you don't want to have frayed hems, you don't want to have uneven stitching, you don't want to have see-through fabrics at the office, you don't want to have something that's going to rip, you know what I mean? It's worth it sometimes just to wait, even for sales with higher quality brands that have good quality finishings and materials. What I'm focusing on as well is I'm not so much one for logos. Like there was a really cute Alaya, I saw an Alaya cropped t-shirt, it was so cute. It went on sale on Farfetch for like 1,000 dirhams, maybe like $300 US. And I was like, oh, I really like that. But at the end of the day, at the moment in my life, do I want to spend the actual money on an Alaya piece, or do I want to wear the t-shirt promoting the brand because buying a bag or something from that brand, maybe not a bag, but you know, buying the shearling coat that I want is like $12,000 and I can't afford it, so instead I'm wearing the t-shirt, you know? I think that you really need to evaluate, are the pieces you're buying timeless? Because yeah, you can do a timeless jersey or a t-shirt, those never go to style, but they're like $1,000 now, and mine got a hole in it on the side, and I was like, seriously? I'm sorry, that is crazy. I'm still buying from brands, not necessarily that they have to have logos on them. I really don't care. I'm buying from brands where I really love the quality of the materials, because at the end of the day, to the naked eye, it doesn't matter what brand you shop from. To the naked eye, if you buy a piece of clothing and the material, finishing, and all of this is very low quality, it doesn't matter what brand you bought it from. It could be a high-end brand that just has crappy fabrics and it's overpriced. It's gonna look cheap and it's gonna like devalue your image in a sense. Some pieces as well, I'm sorry, when influencers, this is one of my pet peeves, when influencers post items on social media that aren't properly steamed or ironed, you know, and they do a promotional post tagging the brand and it's a sponsored brand, I'm like, you couldn't even steam that before you worked with them, seriously, you know? And that also makes the material look very cheap. So certain materials, yes, need a little bit more TLC, need ironing, but I'm personally really focusing on good quality materials, or materials that will not wrinkle, like wool blends. Anything with viscose won't wrinkle. That's a great material. Sandro uses viscose, and I think rayon in some of their fabrics. It's like a synthetic, more elasticated material. Really, really nice. You don't have to worry about any wrinkles. It looks thicker, it looks quality, it is synthetic, but it looks quality, and you don't have to worry about wrinkles and threads popping out and all of this, because Sandro is one of my favorite brands. The quality is honestly just so nice. Also Maj always does deep discounts. There's a couple of pieces for suiting I am looking at with Maj from the Outnet, because when I went into the boutique, I actually wanted to buy a suit, and they had this beautiful red suit. To be honest with you, for almost $1,000 for this suit, maybe $800. Yeah, it's a suit, it's gonna last years and years, it's a good quality brand. The buttons were boring. I know I can change the buttons myself, but I'm sorry. If I'm paying this much money, it needs to be perfect. And for me, $500 for a blazer, at the stage of my life I'm in, I'm building myself up, I'm leveling up. I don't wanna buy something unless it's perfect. And $500, you know, for a lot of people is still a lot of money for one item, right? For me, because I'm in suits literally almost every single day, unless I wear a dress that day to the office, it is worth it to me to invest in a piece where I will get the cost per wear. And that is really just what I'm focusing on right now with fashion, is good cost per wear, timelessness, and colors also that are wearable, not just following trends. Like, trust me, I saw a lot of really cute, beautiful, bright pink blazers on sale, and I know that's Valentino's kind of color of the season. But what happens when they have a new color of the season? It's like last year when Bottega Green was like very popular, and now, yes, there's still some people doing bags, but it's not as popular. Now it's the Valentino pink, it's gonna be something else next season, you know? So colors can be so fun in the moment if you can get them at a good price or it's in your budget. But I'm really trying to focus honestly on neutrals, you know, color blocking. If I'm wearing a print, I wanna wear a printed silk blouse that is breathable on my body, because I live in a hot environment, right? And I can't have polyester sticking to me. To be honest with you, this blouse is polyester. And today I was sweating, and it was only 30 degrees Celsius. And I would never wear this in the summer. It would be way too much. But I love the finishing. It's really, really cute. It's from a random boutique in Canada. But that is how my shopping has changed. I am not focusing so much on quantity and hauls. It's just timelessness, simplicity. It doesn't have to be boring though. Timeless does not mean boring. It just means we're not shopping trends. Like, I work in an office environment. I'm not gonna be wearing Mugler to the office as much as I probably like to. Very nice. But you know, I'm not focusing on chasing the latest, hottest thing. I'm focusing on colors that suit my skin tone. I'm focusing on beautiful prints, and I'm focusing on nicely tailored pieces that fit the body well. And you know, that's the focus. That's the focus. I'm shopping mostly for workwear. For this summer, I might pick up a few little Missoni pieces as I see fit. But also, Missoni is one of those brands with a very recognizable print. And it doesn't really matter what season you shop from, because you're always going to know it's Missoni without the logo, right? And for me, you know, there are pieces you can get even for example, Saint Laurent men's Chelsea boots. Let's talk a little bit about menswear. The men's Chelsea boots from Saint Laurent sometimes go on sale, and those are beautiful, beautiful boot. The Andy sneakers, if you can get those on sale, those are my favorite leather sneakers I've ever owned. And these sneakers are amazing for travel, bumming around the city in errands. I don't wear them here as much because it's so hot on the feet, to be honest. But in the colder months, I have worn them a few times, but I usually wear them for the airport. And those are amazing. If you can get those on sale, they're timeless, they never go out of style, such good quality, honestly. Give them a good polish, they will look good as new, so good. And that's the other thing too with shoes, is you don't need to be buying premium designer shoes. Like, I bought a pair of really good shoes from Kurt Geiger. They look like the Jimmy Choos, so I kind of did the knockoffs, the dupes, but I'm sorry, 4,200 dirhams, or what is it, $1,400 for a pair of shoes that I'm gonna wear to the office, you guys. I do so many steps in my job that I actually just went and took 6 or 7 pairs of heels, designer heels I have, to a cobbler to have them restored. I just got them back like a week later because I was wearing down the heel stoppers so much from all of the steps I was doing since I started in real estate. So that's one thing, is if you're buying work shoes, obviously you want them to be good quality leather, but you don't necessarily need to splurge on like Valentino or Dior or all these brands, because it depends what your lifestyle is like. If you're working on your feet all day, that's not going to be worth it, because you're going to really wear those shoes out fast, like my Louboutins. Since I was wearing those to the office, I needed to get new stoppers within like 2 weeks of wearing them. Straight up, I just wore through the stoppers, which was disappointing because they're Louboutin. They should last better than that. For example, my Cassidy boots, worn those at least 5 or 6 times now. Stoppers are barely worn down at all. Can't say the same about my Louboutins, to be honest. But, you know, something to note, that just because something is designer as well doesn't mean the quality will necessarily be better. And some of the quality issues of certain brands in recent years, we've seen, you know, complaints with Chanel. The quality is just not the same. And I think it's just really good when you're buying any shoe or clothing item, really see, is that shoe leather? What is it made of? Is it synthetic? Okay, it's synthetic. Why is it $300 then? Don't buy a synthetic shoe for $300, guys. My Kurt Geiger shoes, they were definitely a dupe to Jimmy Choo, but they were still patent leather and very nice quality. I wore down the heel stoppers not until 4 months in, and I was wearing them probably 3 days a week in the office.